The following is a presentation of BFA Sports.
We are live from Skip Wilson Field in Ambler, Pennsylvania. Here on BFA Sports for the Game Changer 2024 College Dreamstream Series. Game 1 of 5 on the day went to Titus Baseball, who defeated the New Jersey Marlins 10-1. Game 2 will feature Titus. They'll be the road team in this contest, taking on the Ambler Boilmakers. Brett Barrett out there taking his...
On deck 2.
Well, actually Joey Russo. So Titus will actually be the home team again, as we're looking up there. Must have been a last-second decision because we were told before the game Titus was the away team. But in any event, here's the Ambler starting lineup that Joey Russo will be facing. Nolan Carroll will get things going, followed by Lucas Albert, Jamie O'Neill, Dan Murray, Brett Barrett, Frankie DiSembrino, Austin Dahl, Logan Madison, Rashir Tawfiq, Joe Pazinski, and Adam Hajdak. There we go. My apologies. Joey Russo on the pitching mound for Titus. They got quite a game from Hunter DiCarbontonio in game 1 of the day. Charlie is the home plate umpire. He said ready to go. Pitch outside to Nolan Carroll. Same umpiring crew as the last game. Switched. One in the home plate umpire who wore the microphone for us in game 1 of the day is out in the field. Pitch outside to Nolan Carroll. And just when we thought we were getting a break from the wind today, here it comes. 2-0 the count on the Ambler right fielder. And there's a strike. Nolan Carroll from Garnet Valley playing right field today for Ambler Boilmakers. Pitch outside. So again, 5 games on the day. This is game 2. All here from Skip Wilson Field in Ambler, Pennsylvania. All right here on BFA Sports. The 3-1, Joey Russo to Nolan Carroll. And that's a grounder to short. Nice throw and a nice scoop at the other end. But safe is Nolan Carroll at first base. Aiden Alston playing shortstop in this one. C.J. Maxley, who played some spectacular shortstop in the first game, is the extra hitter in this contest. Good scoop by Max Bartov back there at first base. Carroll aboard with an infield hit. Marlins got 1 hit by Titus in game 1 of the day today. Lucas Albert from Germantown Academy. And Albert takes a strike. Carroll leads off first. Lucas Albert, who'll be playing second base for the Boilmakers, up. Runners taken off for second. Pitch is a ball. Throw down to second is not in time. Stolen base for Nolan Carroll. Got a great jump, did the Boilmakers right fielder off of first base, and Nolan Carroll finds himself in scoring position now. And a 1-1 count on Lucas Albert. Jamie O'Neill will hit third. Joey Russo gives a look to Carroll, who's dancing off his second base, as Albert takes another strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Ambler looking to strike first in this game. Titus got the Marlins down 1-2-3 in the top half of the first in game 1, and then scored 5 in the bottom half. Patient at the plate was Titus in that last game. A lot of walks, a couple hit batters, and a few singles. And they found themselves with a 10-1 victory. Pitch. There's a chopper foul. And we'll do it again at 1-2. Nolan Carroll reached on the infield single and then stole second base. And he's out there to a healthy lead.
1-2.
Not being held down, although the shortstop Austin now playing behind the runner. 1-2 from Joey Russo to Lucas Albert. We'll have to wait. Albert wants a couple seconds to think it over.
1.
Russo checks on Carroll, deals to the plate. Good block behind the dish by D. Carlantonio, who was the pitcher in game one. Now he's doing the catching. It's a little flexibility. Both sides of the battery today. Pitched 5 strong in game one. Russo, a long stare to the plate. Now a quick 1-2 on Carroll. Now he deals toward the plate. It's outside to the backstop, past D. Carlantonio, and on to third is Nolan Carroll. Carlantonio got it by him. Pass ball gets Carroll over to third. And the Boilmakers a little bit closer to scratching across the game's first run. 2-2 the count on Lucas Albert. Time called by Albert again. Russo taking a little long for him. Quick step out, quick step back in, and now Russo bounces off the rubber. Checks the runner at third and deals chopped foul. And the at-bat continues. Albert spoiling some pitches, looking for something to connect on and bringing Nolan Carroll from third. Timing just a little bit off as Russo's trying to mix in the fastball and breaking balls. And along those lines, location in the strike zone as well. And the 2-2. It's a chopper over to second base. That'll allow Carroll to score. Lucas Albert retired on the 4-3 putout by Moxley, who was in the starting lineup for this game as the extra hitter, and finds himself at second base. So a last-second decision there. So 1-0 is the score, Ambler Boilmakers. Here's Jamie O'Neill, bases empty, 1 away. Playing shortstop for the Boilmakers. And muscles that foul. Dan Murray on deck. Boilmakers getting the game's first run here in the top half of the first. Just underway on BFA Sports. The 1-1. This is a little bit too high. 2-1. It'll be a 2-1. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Russo dropping the hammer there to make it 2-2. And the 2-2 from Russo. Just missed. Counts now full on O'Neill. Like it may have just been off the inside part of the plate from where we're sitting behind home plate here. 3-2 to O'Neill. And hits that one foul to stay alive. So it was a little bit close to the strike zone, spoiled it foul. And Russo in a battle here with O'Neill. He's thrown 18 pitches so far. 1 out, nobody on. Breaking ball, that looked like it may have almost hit him, but it'd be a walk anyway. So O'Neill aboard with the 1 out walk. And the Boilmakers have another man on board. Great at bat for Jamie O'Neill there, working the count, spoiling off some pitches and drawing the walk. Here's Dan Murray from LaSalle. And out to a great lead is O'Neill. He's going to run on to second. Moxley's got 1 play. Retires Murray for out number 2. Jamie O'Neill now in scoring position. So 2 groundouts in the inning, both to Moxley at second base. Here's Brett Barrett from CB South doing the pitching today for the Boilermakers. We'll see him in the bottom of the first as well. O'Neill out to a healthy lead at second base. Good block behind the dish by D. Carbantonio. Carlantonio, 1-0. Frankie DiSembrino on deck for the Ambler Boilermakers. They have a 1-0 lead. Russo gives a look to O'Neill, now deals toward the plate and punches in a strike, 1-1. Starting to warm up here in Ambler, PA. Wind is still picking up. Russo deals. That one hit in the center. Oh, grabbed there by the shortstop. The strong throw. Retires Brett Barrett, and that'll do it. Boilermakers get a run on the board. And as we go to break, we'll check things out in the Game Changer replay. Titus coming to bat, down 1-0 here on BFA Sports. Brett Barrett's taking his warm-up pitches as we get ready for the bottom half of the first inning. Ambler Boilermakers have a 1-0 lead here on BFA Sports. Here's the lineup that Titus will post for game number 2 of the day. Similar to the Game 1 victory they had over the New Jersey Marlins. Hunter D. Carlantonio will lead things off. Reed Mamula will follow him. Joey Russo, Austin Sherman, C.J. Moxley, Max Bartoff, Mike Deloso, Asher Wynn, J.J. Lai, Aiden Alston, and Matt Deisher will bat for Titus Baseball Academy here in game number 2. Brett Barrett has the 1-0 lead. Thanks for joining us. Game 2 of 5 of the day of the Game Changer College Dreamstream Series from Skip Wilson Field in Ambler, Pennsylvania, the home of Arcadia University Baseball. And there's a strike pumped in there to D. Carlantonio. Hit into right field, and that'll dunk in for a base hit. So a leadoff single for Hunter D. Carlantonio, catching again in this game. He had pitched 5 innings in the first inning. Reed Mamula will now step up to the plate from Avon Grove High School in Pennsylvania, playing well, he's got to play second base in this game. Now he's an extra hitter. To second base is the courtesy runner coming in for D. Carlantonio, who is the catcher. Good grab behind the dish there by Logan Madison. 1-0 the count on Mamula. Burner in scoring position. Barrow looks in for the sign. Looks like a, well, before that happens, quick check at second base. On Aiden Alston, he's hitting 10th in the order, so it's a few batters away. Skied in the air into right, and diving catch in right field. Nice play by Nolan Carroll in right. Check it out here in the Game Changer replay. The wind was carrying and whipping the ball around, and Nolan Carroll read it beautifully off the bat. And a nice diving catch in right field. Now circle that play on your scorecards. So Alston will stay put at second base. One out. Here is Joey Russo. Takes a strike, looking to help out his own cause. So he's doing the pitching to start things for Titus here in Game 2 from St. George's Tech High School in Delaware. And breaking ball misses inside, 1-1. Pitch. Scorched back to the fence and behind the dish.
Hold off the stretch.
Ball and 2 strikes now on Russo. Popped up. Making the call is Barrett, and he makes the catch. 2 away. Called off his fellow infielders and his battery mate, D. Carl Antonio. Now a couple quick outs and easy outs. Wow, that one was. Nolan Carroll definitely had to put in the work in right field to make the grab. Runner stays put at second for Austin Sherman. And a quick check on Alston, who spins his way back to second base. And a similar lineup to Game 1 for Titus. And the pitch. There's a strike. Sherman at the hot corner here in Game 2. And now in an 0-2 hole. Alston takes a lead at second base. And the pitch. Swing, and that one tipped into the mid of Logan Madison. And that'll do a nice inning for Brett Barrett and company. 1-0 Ambler as we go to the second inning here on BFA Sports. Top of the second inning here from Skip Wilson Field in Ambler, Pennsylvania. 1-0 Ambler Boilmakers. I am Vin Ebenute. Thanks for joining us here on BFA Sports. Strike on Frankie DiSembrino. 6, 7, and 8 in the order for Ambler. And they got 1 in the first inning. And that pitch is outside. It'll be DiSembrino, Austin Dahl, and Logan Madison for the Boilermakers here in the second inning. Now one dances outside from Russo, 2-1. Nolan Carroll, who scored the game's first run, made it a nice diving catch in the bottom of the first. That one hit foul by DeSimbrino, 2-2.
Got 2 balls, 2 strikes.
2-2 the count. As the wind takes another turn. Good block behind the dish by DiCarlo-Antonio. Full count now on the Boilermakers third baseman. And the home plate umpire mic'd up for this one. Charlie, and calling balls and strikes today, or in this one. 3-2 to DeSimbrino. Russo deals. That one punched in the air to left, and that'll fall for a base hit. Asher went out there on left field, had a hard time tracking it looked like. And that one dunks on in. So leadoff man aboard for the Boilermakers here in the second inning. Their second hit, the other one by Nolan Carroll. Here's Austin Dahl from Upper Dublin. Runner staying put as Dahl takes a look at a strike. It'll be an 0-1 to Austin Dahl. Joey Russo deals outside, throw down to first, and getting back just in the nick of time is DeSimbrino. Nice throw down to first by DiCarlo-Antonio, who obviously, as we mentioned, is also a pitcher. Through 5 innings in Game 1 today. And now he's back behind the plate, so we know he's got a strong arm. And now it's 2-1. DeSimbrino got aboard with a single to left. Austin Dahl looking to move him around the bases. Infield playing in at the corners. That one's low. Good-sized crowd here at Skip Wilson Field. That one hit into left field for a base hit. Stopping at second base is DeSimbrino, and a solid shot to left by Austin Dahl. Back-to-back singles to left by the Boilermakers, and they got something cooking here in the second inning. Timing up Joey Russo just right with those breaking balls. Activating the changeup and hitting it in the left. And DiCarlo-Antonio wants a word with his right-hander Russo. Ahead of Logan Madison's at bat here in the second inning. You know, if the wind were moving across like this, and this was like January, it'd probably feel like 20 degrees. Some pretty gusty winds. It was like that last Monday and Tuesday as well, after some thunderstorms moved through the New Jersey area, at least last Sunday. Madison, the hitter, with 2 on and nobody out here in the second inning. Doing the catching today for the Boilermakers. Russo's got 2 runners to worry about here. First and second. Pitch is upstairs with a fastball, 1-0. Got some church bells ringing too. And the wind's help carrying the bells. Want to know the count on Madison. Russo tosses a breaking ball in there for strike 1. It'll be a 1-1. Russo, a long stare at DeSimbrino, and now deals. To the backstop it goes, past DiCarlo-Antonio, and to second and third goes DeSimbrino and Dahl. So a pass ball puts 2 runners in scoring position with nobody out here in the second. Two and 1 the count on Logan Madison. A little bit closer are the runners now for him to drive him on in. Boilermakers got a run in the first when Carroll scored. Russo winds and deals. There's a chopper. That's 6 hops over to shortstop. Throw made to first. Madison retired. DeSimbrino scores, and the Boilermakers take a 2-0 lead. Dahl will stomp over at third base. So 1 on, 1 out, and a 2-0 lead for Ambler. Here is Bashir Tawfiq from LaSalle. Playing left field for the Boilermakers. RBI opportunity for him here. And the pitch in the dirt. DeCarlo Antonio able to secure it. Although there are some things on the table here that may not be secure if the wind keeps moving things around. 1-0 the count. Dahl taking a big lead off of third as that pitch sails outside. 2-0 the count. Waggle the bat for Tawfiq. Infield in at the corners for Titus. Russo. Peppers the one outside. DeCarlo Antonio loses it for a moment, but Dahl stays put at third as that ball gets near the third baseline, not too far to the dugout. 3-0 the count on Bashir Tawfiq. In the driver's seat here. See if they give him the green light here, 3-0. 18 pitches so far this inning for Russo. He had 21 in the first. 3-0. Just clips the outside corner, 3-1.
I got you. I wanted to strike, but I thought you were hit.
Joe Pazinski is on deck. Again, the home plate umpire mic'd up for this one. And it'll be a 3-1 to Tawfiq. Popped up. Behind the plate, DeCarlo Antonio able to throw off the mask and make the catch. And there's 2 away. Dahl will stay put at third. Here's Joe Pazinski. He's one of the 2 extra hitters coming up back-to-back. And the lineup for Ambler hitting 11, as is Titus. Pasinski is from Springside Chestnut Hill School.
Ball's outside.
Takes a look at a pitch outside, 1-0. Adam Hajdak on deck. Dahl at third. Pazinski takes a strike at the plate, 1-1. It'll be a 1-1. Hop foul and a play.
That's the BFA trailer right there.
And it went off the BFA trailer, as mentioned by the home plate umpire.
Hope y'all have good insurance back there.
Charlie's noticing things. 1-2 the count. Check swing. Charlie says he went around. Tagged out is Pazinski, and that'll do it here in the second inning. Ambler gets another run. They lead 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the second on BFA Sports. Bottom of the second inning. It is 2-0 Boilermakers over Titus Baseball Academy. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 in the order for Titus. Starting off with C.J. Moxley. And then Max Bartoff and Mike Deloso. Moxley hits it over to third. Fielded by DeCimbrino, and there's one gone quickly here in the second inning. Moxley's looked pretty good in the field in the first game plus. Playing shortstop or second base for the most part. Looked like a gold glover out there. Moxley 0 for 3 in game 1. 0 for 1 so far here today. That one swung on and missed by Max Bartoff. Oh, one is outside. Brett Barrett's had the good stuff cooking today. That one hit to second and booted there. Doesn't know where it is Albert, and that'll allow Bartoff to reach. So 1 on, 1 out. On the infield single. Throw goes, the pickoff attempt goes down the right field line, and on his way to second is Bartoff, thinking about third, and will stay at second base. Saw that in game 1, an error by the pitcher on a pickoff attempt. This one gets a Titus runner in the scoring position here in game number 2. 1 on, 1 out for Mike Deloso. Playing center field again here in game 2. Pitch is outside. Count 1-0. And that one's in the dirt beyond the other batter's box. 2-0. Runner at second for Titus. Now it's 3-0 as Deloso's in the driver's seat, being patient at the plate. Waiting for Barrett to throw one he can hit. Peppers a fastball in there. Nice pitch by Barrett, 3-1. Barrett's had a good fastball working and a good breaking ball assortment as well. Full count now on Deloso. 1 on, 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Called strike 3, and how about that for Brett Barrett? From 3 out to strike 3. Battling back in the at-bat is the Boilermakers right-hander. So 2 gone now here in the second, as Barrett relies on the old heater to get out number 2. Here's Asher Wynn, and he hits one up the middle. Fielded, nope, into center field for a base hit. On his way to the plate is Bartoff, a collision at the plate, and he is out. Bartoff tried taking the extra base on the hit to center field, and a nice relay by the Ambler defense. And we'll keep it at 2-0 as we'll see here in the game changer replay. Nice throw by the center fielder Murray. And how about that by the catcher Madison? Holding on to his own to keep the game 2-0. We go to the third. To the third inning we go here at Skip Wilson Field in Ambler, Pennsylvania, for the Game Changer 2024 College Dreamstream Series, carried here on BFA Sports. Thanks for joining us here today. I am Vin Ebenu. Game 2 of 5 here on Monday. Rain canceled the games yesterday or postponed them, so we got an extra game today. Went from 4 to 5. 6 games here at Skip Wilson Field tomorrow, and we'll have all of them for you as well on BFA Sports. And that pitch is outside. Do it, Adam Hajjak. Extra hitter. It'll be 11-1-2 in the order for Ambler here in the top of the third. That one sliced foul off the screen, first base side. And the count 1-1. Nolan Carroll will come up next, and he'll be followed by Lucas Albert. Russo misses just a little bit low. 2-1. So game 3 started around 1:40. Game 4 around 3:45, and game 5 of the day scheduled for about 6 o'clock tonight. 2-2 the count. So we got the different streams all on the same channel, so just stay with us on the BFA Live Sports YouTube channel all day long. Full count now. The Boilmakers, the second extra hitter in the lineup. Boilmakers and Titus have 11 in the lineup. Russo working quickly here, dealing the 3-2, and that one chopped over to third. A strong, long throw by Sherman. And there's one away. Back to the top of the order now for Ambler. Nolan Carroll singled, infield single. Later came around to score as well. One in the first, one in the second for the Ambler Boilmakers. Looking to keep the theme going here in the third, and then one chopped foul by Carroll. Carroll also made a nice diving catch earlier in the game as well out there in right field. So showing off his defensive abilities. The leadoff man for the Boilmakers. The 0-1. Blooped into shallow left field and caught on the run by Aiden Alston. And there's 2 away. Wind didn't carry that one as much as other balls driven into the outfield. Nice play by the Titus shortstop. Moxley over at second base. The gust of wind blows behind the home plate area. Well, and really throughout the whole ballpark. Lucas Albert takes ball 1. Grounded to second base in the first. Playing second base himself for Ambler today. Show and bunt successful. Up the third base line, it'll stay fair. So a bunt single for Lucas Albert. Puts a man aboard with 2 away here in the third. Check it out in the Game Changer replay here. Show and bunt successful. Got her in off the barrel and hustling on down to first base. A little bit of small ball for the Boilmakers and Lucas Albert. Here's Jamie O'Neill. He walked in the first inning. Russo deals. 0-1 the count. On the Boilmakers shortstop. The 0-1 to O'Neill. Runners going. Ball outside. Throw down to second. Wide of the bag to the shortstop side. And into second with the stolen bases, Lucas Albert. So testing out the arm of DeCarlo Antonio from behind the plate. Like I said, he pitched game 1 against the New Jersey Marlins and was successful doing so. Now catching for Titus in game number 2 of the day. Runner in scoring position now with 2 outs. 1-1 to O'Neill is in there for a strike.
1-2.
Russo threw 21 pitches in the first, 23 in the second, just 11 so far here in the third. Looking to make quick work of the Boilermakers. Giving a long stare to Albert. Now deals the 1-2, and that one hit foul. Charlie, the home plate umpire, bringing a new ball out to Joey Russo on the bump. Having a good time. Beautiful day for baseball, just very windy. Warm enough and getting warmer. I'm supposed to get into the 80s. O'Neill off second with 2 outs. Or check that, Albert, and a 1-2 on O'Neill. Breaking ball called, strike 3. And that'll do it. Well, the Boilermakers get a couple men aboard, or get one aboard on Albert. Unable to get him past second. It's 2-0 Ambler as we go to the bottom of the third on BFA Sports. To the bottom of the third inning we go. Brett Barrett's looked pretty sharp through 2 innings. 11 pitches last inning, 9 in the first. And for Titus here in the bottom of the third, it'll be 9, 10, and 11. J.J. Lai, Aiden Alston, and Matt Dasher. First at-bats of the game for them. A wave and a miss by J.J. Lai. The extra hitter for Titus. Struck out swinging in the 4th inning of game 1, also walked. One the count. Barrett working quickly here. That one will roll on to the backstop. 2-1 the count. And Barrett popped up, foul, and out of play. A souvenir for a lucky fan. Just tried to catch it on the fly there with barehanded. Props. Count 2-2. Everybody's okay. Nice attempt at the catch by the fan. 2-2 to Lai. Knees down looking for out number 1. Barrett's got the good stuff cooking today.
Thank you, sir.
3 strikeouts, 2 of them looking. Aiden Alston now up. First at bat of the game. Caravel Academy in Delaware.
Outside.
Takes a look at a pitch outside 1-0. Barrett didn't get the grip he wanted to on that one. Wind is blowing in round. That's why any fly balls hit in the last game plus into this one have kind of been swirling around. So you give a lot of credit to Nolan Carroll, who made that nice diving catch in earlier in the game in the first. 3-0. Inside, it looked like it almost hit him as well. In any event, Alston aboard on the walk with one gone. 1 on, 1 out for Titus. Here's Matt Dasher playing right field in this game for Titus Baseball Academy. Alston out to a lead at first. Double play depth up the middle for the Ambler Boilmakers. A quick check on Alston. He's back safely out of the throw. Dasher from Avon Grove High School in Pennsylvania takes a look at a pitch inside, twisting slightly out of the way. 1-0. Barrett gives a look to Alston. Now ready to deal to Miller to second, and that one's booted into center field. It'll be first and second, 1 out after a little miscommunication there in the middle infield. So Dasher aboard on an infield hit. Back to the top of the order for Titus with Hunter DiCarlantonio from Delaware Military Academy. Pitched in the first, catching in the second. He reached in the first, stranded at second, stole base as well. Takes a look at a pitch. Outside 1-0. Second at bat of the game. Second time through the order now for the Titus hitters. Hunter in the leadoff spot. That one just off the plate from Barrett. Runners lead first and second, infield in at the corners for the Boilermakers. That one blooped and just past the mitt of the second baseman, Albert. Bases are loaded on a walk and a pair of singles. 1 out, bases loaded up for Rita Mamula. And time called. See what they do here with the Boilermakers infield. Obviously 1 out, you can get the double play. Boilermakers would prefer that. Obviously you want to try to keep anything in the infield, prevent the run from scoring. Certainly the case of the middle infielders. You can get that pitch on the corners to one of the corner infielders. You may be able to get a double play depending on where it's hit and how hard it's hit. So let's see what the Boilermakers do defensively here and see if Titus can get on the board. Mamula flew out to right field in the first. The aforementioned diving catch by Carroll, and he flies this one into right. Carroll's got a beat on it, dives again and makes another sensational catch. Fires to the plate and unable to get the double play. Nolan Carroll having himself a game out there in right field. As we'll see here on the game changer replay. Just an inside-out swing by DiCarlantonio. And sacrifice fly. So now runners on the corners. Nolan Carroll standing game out there and right. So a little confusion in the order. I apologize for that. Runners taken off. Strike one, swing and a miss. Throw down to second is in time. And that'll do it. Stolen base ends the inning, but Titus gets on the scoreboard with a sacrifice fly to right. We go to the fourth inning. Top of the fourth inning, 2-1. Ambler Boilmakers. Some nice defense by the Boilmakers, and that's in part what's keeping it at 2-1. Certainly by Nolan Carroll out there in right field. For the Boilmakers, 3, 4, 5, and 6 in the order. Dan Murray, Brett Barrett, and Frankie DiSembrino against Joey Russo out there for his fourth inning of work. Did a nice job on the mound today. Popped up. Hitting foul and into the parking lot. 1-1. It's not too far of a way from the home plate to the parking lot area here. 2-1 the count. Murray grounded to second base in the first inning. The 2-1. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Russo looking for a quick inning here. The 2-2. Sky high pop up in the shallow center. Who's going to get it? It is the shortstop, Alston, making the call, or now it's Moxley. Excuse me. Titus moving the infielders around. One gone here in the top half of the fourth. Here's the pitcher, Brett Barrett, grounded to short in the first inning. Boilmakers got a run in the first and a run in the second. And they certainly had the base runners where they were looking to push for a couple more. But Russo and the Titus defense able to keep things where they were. Frankie DiSembrino on deck. 2-0 count on Brett Barrett. Base is empty. And the pitch. There's a strike. Got another game coming up in about an hour's time. That one knuckled over to shortstop. Moxley's got it easy. Throws to first, and there's two away. Number 26 in your programs for Titus, having himself a day defensively, whether that's at shortstop or second base. Two gone here in the fourth. Here's Frankie DiSembrino, singled in the second inning, and later came around to score. Playing third base for the Boilmakers today. Hits that one foul.
Oh, you missed it.
First base coach tried coming up with a scoop and went right by him. Running that one down. It'll be an 0-1. Russo fires a fastball on the outside corner, 0-2. What started out looking like a possible Ambler offensive day has turned into a pitcher's duel between Russo and Barrett. That one chopped, grabbed there at first base, and the throw unable to be completed by Bartov. To Russo covering the bag. Went off his glove, so DiSembrino reaches. Call that an infield hit. Austin Dahl now the hitter. He singled in the second inning. Was left stranded at third from Upper Dublin. 1 on, 2 out. DiSembrino staying put as that pitch sails outside to Austin Dahl. It'll be a 1-0 as DiSembrino leads off first. That one hit foul off the plate. And home plate umpire quickly making that ruling.
One ball strike. Hurt.
1-1. DeSimbrino, a nice lead over there at first base. Now he's taken off. Throw is outside. The throw down to second is not in time. Missed the tag. DeSimbrino in at second base with a stolen base. Testing the arm of D. Carmentonio behind the plate. 2-1 the count now on Dahl. Runner in scoring position for the Boilermakers, looking to get back the run that Titus scored in the last half inning. Russo a long stare. DeSimbrino, that one sliced foul off the fencing on top of the first base dugout. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner on second base. Ambler has a 2-1 lead here in the top of the 4th.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Play.
Logan Madison on deck for the Boilermakers. He is the catcher. Doesn't have his shin guards on at this point, or catcher's gear. 2-2. Breaking ball just misses, and the count's full on Dahl.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Infield playing back up the middle. Pitch. Sliced over to third. Nice scoop, nice throw by Sherman. But unable to be picked up there by the first baseman Barkov. So Barkov drops that one. Now runners on the corners, 2 outs. Check it out here in the game changer replay. It was a nice play at third. It was the throw. Unable to be picked up there by Sherman, who is now playing third base. Had started the game at first, so some more defensive switching for Titus. Runners on the corners, 2 out. Here is Logan Madison. Runners taken off for second. That one swung on and fouled off, or tipped into the mid. Carl Antonio asking Charlie, the home plate umpire, about that. So Dahl with the stolen base. Second and third now with 2 outs. And the 0-1 coming to Logan Madison. Woo! Russo pumps in a fastball, 0-2.
I got you.
It'll be an 0-2 coming to Logan Madison. Runners leading second and third. 2 outs here in the top half for the 4th. That one spoiled out of play. Takes a few bounces into the parking lot, too. Thanks for joining us here on BFA Sports, live from Skip Wilson Field in Ambler, Pennsylvania. Game 2 of 5 of the day of the Game Changer 2024 College Dreamstream Series. 5 games today, 6 tomorrow. The 0-2. Breaking ball, called strike 3, and Russo gets into and out of trouble here in the 4th. Strikeout gets him out of it after 2 men get aboard. Boilermakers still lead it 2-1 as we go to the bottom of the 4th on BFA Sports. To the bottom of the fourth inning we go. 2-1, Ambler Boilmakers over Titus Baseball Academy. Thanks for joining us here on BFA Sports. I am Vin Epinu for Titus. As that one's hit back to the screen. Reed Mamula will start things off. He took a strike, and when he was up in the third inning, and then runner was caught stealing second. Swing and miss there, 0-2. So it'll be Reed Mamula, Joey Russo, and Austin Sherman, 2, 3, 4 in the order for Titus here in the bottom of the fourth against Brett Barrett. Called strike 3, 1 away. Strikeout number 4 for Brett Barrett on the, I guess we could say afternoon, 11:35 start. Joey Russo, the hitter. He popped up to the mound in the first inning. Swings and misses there. Barrett working quickly and deals inside 1-1. Barrett had 9 pitches in the first, 11 in the second, 14 in the third. He's been pretty pitch efficient here today. Powers a fastball in there, 1-2. He's got a good fastball that bites. Some breaking balls that are dancing over the zone, and that one's popped foul into the trees. And we'll do it again at 1-2.
1-2.
First game of the day for the Boilmakers. Titus won game 1 of the day, 10-1 over the New Jersey Marlins. Grounded to short. Strong throw retires Russo. Good play over there by Jamie O'Neill. And good scoop at the other end by Austin Dahl. 2 gone here in the bottom of the fourth. Quickly. And here's Austin Sherman. He struck out swinging to end the first. Skies that one in the air down the right field line in foul territory. Carroll dives. Oh, and he couldn't come up with it. In and out of his glove. I was going to say, makes a diving catch for the third time today. Nearly able to secure that one. I think as he hit the grass, though, down the right field line, the ball came out of his glove. Not all the way in there to begin with, but it bounced, and he didn't have enough time to squeeze it into the mitt. Nolan Carroll's had an impressive game on defense for sure. Scored a run in the first as well and had a single, but he's looked phenomenal out there playing right field. 0-1. Nice catch by a player in waiting. Went toward the bleachers, got a few ball players waiting for the next game, and one of them caught it on the fly. Oh, 2 from Barrett. That one's a little bit low. 1-2 the count on Sherman. Barrett looking for a 1-2-3. And the pitch. Check swing. Did he go around? Yes, he did, said Charlie, the home plate umpire. So 2 strikeouts in the inning and a 1-2-3 fourth for Barrett and company. We go to the fifth. It's 2-1 Ambler. To the 5th inning we go. And 4 innings of work in the books for Joey Russo. We got a new pitcher on the mound. It is number 25 in your programs, Max Bartolf. First inning of work for him. Sherman at first. And Joey Russo is now at third. All right. So I think we got all the Titus switches. Oh, Moxley back over now at shortstop.
What?
9, 10, and 11 for Ambler. Bashir Tafik starts things off, and lefty on lefty takes a look at a ball. He popped out to the catcher behind the plate in his first at bat. Ambler had 1 run in the first, 1 in the second inning. Breaking ball hit in the air to right center. Coming over to make the catch. Not to be. Mark Tariq on his way to second with a heads-up dive as the ball sat there in the outfield and nobody was picking it up. Bashir Tawfiq with a, bloop double. Outstanding hustle. Coming over to make the catch was Asher Wynn, who's now out there in right field. He was in left. Outstanding hustle there by the Ambler left fielder to get himself into second and quickly into scoring position. Ball just sat there between the center fielder, right fielder, and the second baseman. Runner at second, nobody out, and a ball in the dirt to Joe Pazinski. Struck out swinging in the second inning. It'll be a 1-0. Bottom of the order for the Boilmakers here. Runners in it, infielders in, at the corners. Tawfiq with the lead off as second. That one's in the dirt from Bartolf. 3-0. Just as it was getting warm, the wind picks up again. The 3-0. That one misses, a 4-pitch walk. So 2 on, nobody out now for the Boilmakers. Here's Adam Hajdak. Grounded to third base in the third inning. Big RBI opportunity for him here. Pitch to Hajdak. Showing bunt, pulling back, taking strike one. Runners retreat to first and second. Sherman on the infield grass, a few steps at first base. Expecting a bunt attempt here. Showing bunt again and pulling back is Hajdak. This time it's ball one. Sherman about halfway down the first base line. Expecting the bunt to throw to third. Showing bunt again. Successful. This one goes right to the first baseman. Throw down to third is not in time and into left field. Thinking about the plate, now heading back to third, and he is out. Bashir Tawfiq thought about heading to the plate, and when realized that the ball didn't go as far in the left field as anticipated, tried getting back to third. And the heads first dive back to third, unsuccessful. Credit to Austin Sherman throwing that ball from first base on the bunt. Sacrifice unsuccessful. It's first and second now with one out. So So Tawfiq out on 7-5. Back to the top of the order now, Nolan Carroll. Carroll 1 for 2 on the day. He's made a couple spectacular diving catches in right field. Almost made a third in foul territory. Popped up, foul, and out of play. And the count is 0-1. We'll check that 1-1. Runners lead first and second, one out here in the top of the fifth. Live from Skip Wilson Field in Ambler, Pennsylvania. Max Bartoff out there for his first inning of work. Takes a look at the runners and deals ball above the letters. Count 2-1. Infield playing back. Double play depth up the middle for Titus. Carroll stares at a pitch off the plate, 3-1. Lucas Albert on deck for the Boilermakers. A lefty on lefty, the 3-1 is outside, ball 4. And Ambler has them loaded up here in the fifth. So a double walk and a fielder's choice. That bunt where Tawfiq was caught stranding too far off third. So now bases loaded, 1 out. And Hunter D. Carlantonio wants a word with the lefty Bartoff. Lucas Albert, the hitter, he grounded to second base in the first inning, singled in the third on a bunt single, stole second base as well. RBI opportunity for him here, big time here in the fifth. Boilermakers up 2-1. They scored 1 run in the first, 1 in the second. And looking for some breathing room here in the fifth. Infield in for Titus. The exception now being in the middle infield, double play into the corners. Bartoff looks in for the sign. Deals to Albert. Breaking ball, sails outside. Albert able to hold up on the swing. And the count 1-1. Outfield is playing in. Trying not to allow more than a run to score here in the fifth. The 1-1. To the backstop it goes. It's a pass ball. Here comes run number 3. Kaczynski scores. And it's now a 3-1 Boilermakers lead. Another pass ball. It's the fourth pass ball of the game. So runners on second and third, infield all the way in. Strike on Albert, 2-2. And time called by the Titus coach. Wants a word with his left-hander. Obviously, Titus would love a ground ball double play to get out of it here. But it's just trying to get control of the strike zone, calming down the left-hander. Pop-up would work. Anything in the infield would keep the game at 3-1 in most scenarios. Boilermakers obviously looking for the big number. Try to bring in a couple more runs here in the fifth. Some stretching, I guess, over there at third base by Adam Hajdak. Carroll at second base. Lucas Albert, the hitter, the meeting on the mound, has wrapped up.
Got 2 balls, 2 strikes.
2-2 the count on Albert.
Right.
1 gone here in the top half of the fifth. It'll be a 2-2. Long stare. Breaking ball hit up the middle and through for a base hit. 1 run will score, and heading back to third, having second thoughts, is Nolan Carroll. So it's a base hit and an RBI for Lucas Albert, and it's 4-1 Amblers. We'll see here in the game changer replay. CNI single found a home in center field. Going station to station are the Boilermakers, here to get another run. And the dogs are barking. They like it too. Here's Jamie O'Neill. Runners on the corners, one out. Time called by O'Neill. I think you could expect Lucas Albert to take off from first base. And there he goes. Breaking ball way up high. And no chance for DeCar Lantonio to fire it down to second base. Stolen base for Lucas Albert. Second and third now. One away. Takes away the double play. Infield in, except at shortstop. As Maxley backs up. Now he comes on in. Breaking ball upstairs. O'Neill looking at bringing a couple runs. Ambler's gotten a couple here in the fifth. Bartoff in his first inning of relief. Nobody there at second to receive that throw, so Albert back there safely. Time called by O'Neill. Oh, check that. DeCar Lantonio. Another meeting on the mound here in the fifth. Almost an hour and a half into the game. So this is likely the last inning, with a stop time of an hour 45 for the Dreamstream series games. Second and third, runners lead with one out here in the top half of the fifth. And the pitch coming to O'Neill. Drives it in the left. That's a base hit and an RBI. It's 5-1 on the RBI hit to left for O'Neill. Carroll comes in to score. Albert moves over to third. And the hits and runs keep coming here in the fifth inning for the Boilermakers. Dan Murray now takes a turn at the plate. Product of LaSalle. Infield in at the corners for Titus. Still just one out. 5-1 ball game, and that pitch is upstairs to Murray, who grounded to second base in the first inning and popped up to the shortstop in the fourth. Throw to first. They got him picked off. Throw down to second late, and a run comes on in. It's 6-1 Ambler. Paying too much attention to the runner O'Neill, who takes second base, and that allows Albert to come in without even a stare. So Boilermakers doing everything right here in this inning alone. Runner at second now, one out. And that's O'Neill. Swing and a miss by Murray. Infield back a couple steps. A little bit in at the corners. And Murray calls time as Bartoff's taking a little bit too long. He's thrown 22 pitches in this inning. No action that we could see in the bullpen, although the view is blocked down the first baseline from where we're sitting. 1-2. Bartoff, another long stare into the plate. Deals. Misses up high with the breaking ball. 2-2 the count on Murray. O'Neill taking a lead at second base, not being held on. Shortstop Moxley playing right behind him, though. Breaking ball skied high in the air. Moxley's calling it, and he makes the catch. And there's now two away here in the fifth. Big out for Titus and company. Moxley was fighting off the sun to catch that one as it was telling Mike DeLoso coming in from center. So 2 outs. Runner stays at second. Brett Barrett, the hitter, appreciative of his teammates picking up a couple more runs for him in this game. He's pitched pretty well on the mound. Barrett's grounded to shortstop twice. Takes a strike. Eighth batter of the inning for Ambler. Swing and a miss. And Barrett fooled on the breaking ball from Bartholf. O'Neill leads off second. The 0-2. Skied in the air, left center, and a dive and a nice catch out there in center field by DeLoso. Oh, how about that for a big game-saving catch in left center, diving to his right. Keeping the game at 6-1 as we go to the bottom of the fifth on BFA Sports. Backstop is the destination on that fastball from Brett Barrett. So we get going here in the bottom of the fifth. 6-1 Ambler. 5, 6, and 7 in the order for Titus Baseball Academy. And 2-0 on CJ Moxley. Second at bat of the game. Three and 0. There's some infield dirt blowing into our booth, our makeshift booth. Pitch to Moxley. There's a strike. Third baseman was charging in for Ambler. That one skied in the air down the right field line. Foul territory for Moxley, and it'll fall onto the warning track. Giving chase was Austin Dahl. Looks like Jamie O'Neill out there on left.
Full count, 3-2.
Full count on Moxley.
What?
And Barrett deals. Leadoff walk for Moxley here in the fifth. So So man aboard for Titus Baseball Academy.
Thank you.
Max Bartoff, who started the game at first and came on to the mound last inning, is up at the plate. And an infield single in the second inning. And the Sun Valley High School baseball player takes ball one. Moxley, a giant lead over there at first base as Bartoff takes another ball.
Yep.
2-0 the count. Barrett's in great shape pitch count wise. Nobody warming up at the bullpen. He's pitched pretty well. He's got a 5-run lead.
Oh.
That one hit foul by Bartoff.
No. That gives me a lot of confidence back here.
See if Titus gets a runner moving here in Moxley.
What?
Barrett, aware of the situation. Moxley staying put. And that pitch is outside to Bartoff.
What do you want?
3-1 the count now. Boilmakers got one in the first, one in the second, 4 in the top of the fifth. Runners taken off. And that's ball 4. So back-to-back walks to start things here in the fifth. We'll see if that gets the bullpen heating up. And it looks like it will. Coach signaling down to the bullpen down the third baseline to get somebody starting to throw. Mike Deloso, the hitter. Struck out looking in the second inning. Showing bunt and taken all the way. Field umpire says he checked his swing though. He didn't pull the bunt back. So 1-0 the count. Field umpire says he did. Showing bunt again. Pops it in the air behind the plate. And untouched as Madison didn't know where it was. So Deloso gets to stay in the box. 1-1 count on him. Runners lead first and second, infield coming in. Good block by Madison. Count is 2-1. And the pitch is outside 3-1. Time is called by Madison. He wants to talk it over with Barrett. 2 straight walks to start things in the fifth and a 3-1 count on Mike Deloso.
3 balls, 1 strike.
Asher Wynn on deck.
What?
Barrett could use a ground ball double play here. Showing bunt again and taken low. So Barrett's walked 3 straight hitters to start the fifth. And the bases are loaded with nobody out. And the action is continuing in the Ambler bullpen. Can't tell what number he's wearing. Asher Wynn did a single. There's a strike, and then on that play, Max Bartol was thrown out at the plate on the 8-6-2 relay. 0 on the count. Grounder to first. Play to the plate. There's one. Back to first. Not in time. So Ambler gets the out that they need at the plate. As Moxley thrown out 3-2. Barthoff to third and Deloso to second base. Bases loaded again. Asher Wynn reaches on the fielder's choice. Here's J.J. Lai, struck out looking in the fourth. Popped up, foul. This one's heading out of play, though. Back in the third, rather. Barrett up to 18 pitches in the inning.
1 strike. Play.
0-1 the count on Lai. 1 out. That pitch low. Count 1-1. Inside to the backstop it goes on a wild pitch. And Titus gets a run back. As Mamula, who was pinch running, came on in to score. Everybody else moves up a base. 2-1 the count. Runners on second and third, and another one. It's now a 6-3 ball game. Wild pitch and a pass ball. And another 3-1 count. Infield in. And another walk. Runners on the corners, 1 out. And that'll be all for Brett Barrett. Pitched 4 phenomenal innings and ran into some trouble here in the 5th, unable to get out of it. 20 pitches this inning, following 11, 14, 11, and 9 going backwards, and that'll be all for Barrett. Ambler's making a pitching change with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Joe Pazinski coming on to pitch for Ambler. He was one of the 2 extra hitters. Runners on the corners. And 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Titus has gotten 2 back on a wild pitch and a pass ball. Three walks in the inning. Aiden Alston now the hitter. Ambler needs the double play. Alston will be followed by Matt Deisher. J.J. Lai on first. Asher Wynn over at third. Game 2 of 5 of the day here from Skip Wilson Field. Pitch skied high in the air. Foul territory. Making the call and making the catches in. Or check that Austin Dahl now playing first base. And there's 2 away. So a big out for the Boilmakers. Runners stay at the corners. Here's Deisher. Reached on an infield single in the 3rd inning. Long pause. Pitch popped up. Shallow right. Coming on is Carroll. Makes the catch on the run. Nice play for the Boilmakers right fielder. Getting a big out to finish things off here in the fifth. Ambler Boilmakers lead this one by a score of 6-3 at the end of 5. We go to the sixth inning.
Here we go, gentlemen, here we go.
Well, this looks like time-wise, this will be the last inning. 6, 7, and 8 for the Boilermakers. Frankie DeSimbrino, Austin Dahl, Logan Madison. DeSimbrino singled and scored in the second inning. He also singled in the fourth, got as far as third base. Played a pretty good third today as well. Breaking ball hangs in there, and it's 1-0. Almost looked like an Ethis pitch version of a curveball. The 1-0. There's a strike. Ambler got 4 runs in the fifth inning to put them up 6-1. The 1-1. Quickly 1-2. Barnoff came on last inning. Threw 28 pitches. Back out there for another inning of work. And deals lefty-lefty the 1-2. Popped into right field. That'll fall for a base hit. And DeSimbrino aboard with his third hit of the day. 3 singles, 3 for 3. Austin Dahl now the hitter. Singled in the second inning. And reached in the fourth as well. Pitch up high. Logan Madison on deck. Ambler looking for another insurance run or two. In the 1-0. Hit right to third. Throw to first, and they got the double play. Nice play over at third by Joey Russo. Makes the catch, the snare leaping up in the air, and has enough time to throw to back to first after DeSimbrino stranded a little bit too far, and 2 quick outs now here in the sixth. Strike on Logan Madison. That one in the dirt, 1-1. Got another game coming up. Game 3 of 5 at approximately 1:45 today. There's a strike. 1-2 the count on Madison. Easier inning here for Barthoff. And the 1-2. Popped, foul, and untouched on the warning track.
Yellow baseball.
Umpire looking for new round of baseballs. Once again, the 1-2. Outside. Two. Popped up. Foul territory, and making the catch on the run is Sherman. And with the double play, nobody left on base, and 1-2-3 go the Boilermakers. To the bottom of the sixth we go on BFA Sports. Bottom of the sixth inning, and this is it for Titus. Last half inning of play here in the game as we've reached the time limit. Top of the order with Hunter DiCarlantonio. And a wave and a miss. 0-1 the count. Check that, not DiCarlantonio. We got the mystery hitter, number 21, Mike Dasher. Came on in the third inning, had an at-bat. Not initially in the starting lineup, but added in there in the third. 2-1 the count. So it'll be 12-1-2 in the order. Swing and a miss. 2-2 the count. And that's called strike three, one away. One gone here in the bottom of the sixth. Now Hunter DiCarlantonio is up. He has reached twice, also driven a run in the third inning on the sacrifice fly. Pitched in the first game, 5 innings, catching in the second game here. Comes up to the plate with 1 out here in the bottom half of the sixth. Working quickly is Pazinski, dealing a strike. Came on last inning through 13 pitches in relief. Did add to the inning, get a couple outs. And time is called by DiCarlantonio.
What?
Popped up, left field, and a dive and a catch. Nice play out there and left by Bashir Tafiq. Check it out here in the Game Changer replay. Got a lot of hang time. And Tafiq read it beautifully off the bat. Two gone here in the sixth. Fastball pumped in there to Reed Mamula. Flied out to right in the first, struck out looking in the fourth. 1-1 on him here in the sixth. Titus down to their final out. And the pitch is outside, 2-1. Kaczynski looking to finish things off here. Gets what he wants, steals the 2-1. Titus down to their final strike. The 2-2. And that one misses 3-2. Three-two. And that one just missed. Kaczynski thought that was strike three, game over. On-plate umpire ruling that it was just off the plate. So 2-out walk to Reed Mamula. Here's Joey Russo. Popped out to the mound in the first inning, grounded to short in the fourth. Tying run on deck. In the dirt to the backstop, and on his way to second is Mamula. It's a wild pitch. 1-0 on Russo. And the pitch. Skied high and foul into the trees. Taps a car in the front row. 1-0 on the count. Time call. Runner on second, 2 outs, bottom of the sixth. The 1-1. That one's fouled off and a play. And again, Titus down to their final strike. The 1-2. Fouled off again and out of play. Russo keeping the game alive here. Defensive swings, spoiling some pitches, trying to find something to connect on. Trying to time it up. And again, the 1-2. Swing and a miss, and that'll do it. Ambler wins this one by a score of 6-3 in Game 2 of 5 of the day here from Skip Wilson Field in Ambler, Pennsylvania. Game 3 of the 2024 College Dreamstream Series, Day 1, is coming up in about 20 minutes' time, so stay with us on the BFA Live Sports YouTube channel. We got more baseball coming.